We're back with Michelle Lujan Grisham. She's running for Congress, and we're talking about quite a bit of, I know we don't have that much time, but we'll go a little bit back into the Medicare and Social Security having to do with the Ryan pick there, and I know we're talking about that. Go into it a little bit because people are concerned about their Medicare and Social Security and what will happen to it ultimately.
Right, and the breach of those social promises. But I think a couple of highlights that I think folks don't really readily know is the Ryan budget would suggest that we privatize Social Security. Think about all the people that lost their 401ks and their pensions in 2008. How many years will it take to recover, if they ever recover, those investments? I think that that's a terrible idea and would cause, again, serious individual financial strain. No investments in the economy or in infrastructure, no jobs, and burdens on college students who already have more than $1 trillion in debt getting out of college. I mean, they're so far behind just as they're starting their lives. This is not an effort to realize the American dream. So there's a lot at stake here.
You know, when they talk about privatizing Social Security, I understand a portion of it, but what exactly are they talking about when they say we're wanting to privatize it? They're wanting Wall Street to handle. How does that?
That's exactly right. Right now, this is all managed. It's government, so we're not using government funds also to manipulate the market, which gives me great concerns from consumer protection and too much government interference. But it really means that here's the amount of money that's yours in Social Security. It is up to you to manage it in a financial investment component, and we'll make that initial effort, and then whatever happens in the market happens. And if you do well, great, and if you don't, too bad, and there's no way for you to recoup that. When the government is protecting those assets, we've never missed a check, we've always figured it out, it's there for you. If that's done by the private sector on your behalf, and there plus all the fees and transactional fees that you would be charged, people would have far less and much more risk. I really think it's a very dangerous idea, and it's not new. This has been around for 15 years. Time. That's right, and it's been proven, I think, by many experts that it is not a healthy or wise strategy for a social safety net for anyone in this country.
What is it that you would like to work on as a freshman congressman? I know, and it's very tough when you get there because you're a freshman and there's a lot of learning.
There is, and you don't.
What would you like to work on when you
jobs?
Okay,
I know, you bet. I know if I can put people back to work and I can protect the jobs that people currently have, then we have the opportunities, given the current financial crisis, to actually change the things that don't work. We do need more positive steps in healthcare reform. We got to do immigration reform. We have to really think about what's happening in the Middle East, what our threats are and aren't. The whole world is connected now in terms of peace and the global economy, and if we don't think about where we are as a democracy, we can't touch those other issues which impact our very security. So to get there, there's one thing to focus on, and that's jobs. And the rest of it will come. Better health care, better benefits, better housing. It's all connected. All those reforms are connected to making sure that working class families have access to good paying jobs that are secure and safe, and that those opportunities are maintained for our children, and I hope for me someday for my grandchildren.
We got a couple of minutes left, I'm thinking. Tell the viewers watching, how is it that exactly that you're different from your opponent? And she was here, we had her here. I'd just like you to kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
I think I've got such diversity in how I approach problem solving, and that I'm very effective at building the most unlikely relationships in order to get things done. So I started in the private sector. I spent 20 years as a policymaker really working on the ground, delivering direct services, protecting seniors and protecting disabled adults and children. I'm a private business owner. I know what it's like to create a business in this tough economy. I'm an attorney. And my family is here. I was going to say I graduated from the University of New Mexico, but it got me excited to say, and so did both my children attended the University of New Mexico. I live here. My roots are here. I care about this community. Having a relationship with this community for today and the future, and that makes me entirely different than my opponent, and I think those experiences will shape me and provide me with the opportunities to make a real difference in the lives of New Mexicans, and I'm ready to get to work.
I think so. I wanted to bring up, your granddad was the first Hispanic Supreme Court justice, am I right?
The first chief, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I just want to bring that. When I was reading up on your background there, I realized that, that was it was something for you to be proud of.
I'm very proud of it. And we've done a little research, and it appears that my grandfather's father, so my great-grandfather, attended New Mexico's first constitutional convention. And I will tell you something that holds me up every day, that when my father was he was sick, and I was taking care of him, and it was right before I lost him. It was at the end of his life. He asked me to run. He believed in me, and the power, of that support and confidence holds me up every day, and I know he'd be very proud, and I am proud to be in a position to represent New Mexicans and, like I said, make a difference. So this is wonderful.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And I'm sure your constituents are watching, so they're proud of you. You've done a lot of good work for New Mexico, and I'm sure you're going to continue to do it. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Okay? Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
And we'll see everyone next week.